the Student Council to escort the dignitaries and the office bearers to the dais. Prayer does not change God, but it changes he who prays. It is the Aloysian tradition to commence each and every program with a prayer.
I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest of the day, Professor Dr. M.S. Moodithaya. He is the Vice-chancellor of Nitte deemed university, the synonyms of visionary, dedicated leader, philanthropist, associate with him. We are honored with your presence, sir, on this Investiture Day. I request our Rector, Reverend Father Melvin Joseph Pinto, to accord a green welcome to the chief guest, Professor M.S. Moodithaya. We have with us our Rector, Reverend Father Melvin Joseph Pinto. As a leader and as a head of the Aloysian institutions, as you grace this occasion, Father, we look forward to listen to your words of experience. I request our principal, Reverend Dr. Father Praveen Martis S.J., to warmly welcome Father. A visionary, a taskmaster, a supervisor, a foreseer. Words go on and on, but all to describe a personality in the person of our principal, Dr. Praveen Martis S.J. His guidance, his kindness, his decisions will always be a part and parcel for the council office bearers to walk gently and successfully all through the year. I formally welcome you, Father, to this event. Calm and composed, but always magnified with evaluation, assessment and outcome. He is none other than our Registrar, Dr. Alwyn. Your presence, sir, has enriched us all. I cordially welcome you on this occasion. I extend a prestigious welcome to our 8 council office bearers. As I call your name and your post, I kindly request you to rise with a broad smile to all our friends here. The President of the Student Council, Mr. Christian Joshua Menezes. The Vice President, Ms. Blanche Rodriguez. The Secretary, Ms. Ria De Souza. The Joint Secretary, Mr. Rohan Machado. The Cultural Secretary, Ms. Dia Pada. The Sports Secretary, Ms. Maria Angeli Baptist. The Principal's nominee, Ms. Nia Egan Mascarenas. And the second Principal's nominee, Mr. Mohammed Kaif Hussain. I extend a hearty welcome to you all. I wish this smile lingers on and on, even till the end of the council as you take your positions officially from today. Finally, I extend my affectionate welcome to Ms. Binni, the Assistant Council Director, all the directors and deans from various blocks, HODs, PRO, the teaching, non-teaching staff, the press media friends, and to you all the class representatives and association secretaries. Let this year be a fruitful experience in your leadership journey. I request each one of you to listen to the words of experience as the chief guest, the principal and rector speaks, because they would not only share mere words, but they can be of practical wisdom, a life lesson, a sound advice, a proven insight, or an experienced knowledge. Welcome all.
Thank you, sir, for those warm words of welcome. A hearty welcome to you too. A leader is a dealer in hope. We have our Honorable Principal, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, who will now administer the oath to the elected Council President.
I request the Student Council President to take the oath. I,
Christian Joshua Menezes,
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully
execute the functions of my office
as the President
in the Students' Council.
I shall work
under the guidance of the Director to preserve, to protect and defend the Constitution of the Council for the welfare of the student body and for the good of the college.
Will administer the oath to the other members of the Student Council.
Do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute the functions of my office as I shall work under the guidance of the Director for the welfare of the student body and for the good of the college.
Mr. President Joshua Menezes, the Joint Secretary, Mr. Rohan Danny Machado, the Cultural Secretary, Ms. Dia Pada, the Sports Secretary, Ms. Maria Anjali Baptist, Principal's nominee, Ms. Dia Mascarenes.
Vice-chancellor, Registrar, Director of Global Initiatives of the University. He had also served as the Director of Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management, Nitte, as the Principal of Dr. NSAM First Grade College and taught in various colleges like SDM College of Business Management, Mangaluru, MGM College, Udupi, Mysore University, PG Center, Davangere. He did his graduation in Commerce and post-graduation in Cost Accounting from University of Mysore.
The principal of the college and a true leader, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, Dr. AnupDenzil, the Director of Students' Council, the President of Student Council who has just now taken oath, Mr. Christos Joshua Menezes and his entire team, the esteemed, learned teaching fraternity of this great institution, and all the members of the Students' Council, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Let me congratulate the office bearers, and I'm delighted to participate in this inauguration ceremony of the Students' Council, and it is such a pleasure and privilege to be at this great institute. I was just having a discussion with all the eminent personalities there in the principal's chamber. I also had the pleasure of discussing with Alwyn, the Registrar, about the path trodden by the institute over the years. And I am also telling them that it is after a long time that I am coming to this institute, maybe after 20 years or so. A lot of changes have taken place, because even from our student days, St Aloysius College used to be one of the places where we would come and see and wonder what kind of an institution has been built over the years. Congratulations to you all the office bearers, because you are joining those leaders who have made the whole country proud. Becoming the leaders of the Students' Council with the great responsibility of writing another success story in the history of this great institution, and making a great impact based on the great ideas you have and your ability to implement these ideas, so that when we look back about the path trodden by you, you will feel proud of the path trodden by you by the end of the year. The kind of activities you organized, the kind of innovative programs that you designed and delivered, you will be I'm quite sure you will be very proud of that. Many of us think that the leadership is a question of a position. When you are in a position, when you are given a position, or when you are elected to a position, or when you get the appointment order, you get the power. You get the power to give the orders and exact the obedience of others. But actually it is not like that. You would realize as you move forward that it is not the position that gives you power, but what you do with that position that gives you the power. The formal authority is only through the appointment order or program like this is one aspect. But there is as far as the authority is concerned, there are three theories. One is the formal authority theory, which you already have. The next one is the competence theory, that is the competence that you have, your ability to get the things done, your ability to have great ideas, implement them and have a profound impact. And the third important aspect is the acceptance. Sometimes the acceptance theory. Sometimes what happens is we have the formal authority, we have the competence, but still if you are not accepted by our colleagues, our friends and our team, you will not be in a position to get the things done. When you have the formal authority, you have the competence and you have the acceptance by others, nothing can stop you. And I must say that we have a team today which has the formal authority, which has the competence and which has the acceptance of all. And I am sure you will make a big difference, not only to yourselves but also to the many waiting outside. And who is a great leader? And for me, someone like Dr. Praveen Martis is a great leader. The president of the function was telling, look at, our principal takes such a great pride in being with the students and working with the students. That is co-creation. A great concept called co-creation. What is co-creation? Co-creation is creating value for the customers with the customers. For an educational institution, other than students, who are the customers? You are the biggest customers. Anything you do, our whole effort as administrators in education industry would be maximization of the academic welfare of the students, and therefore we would always adopt a student-centric academic delivery process. And that's where I feel if you are to really focus on a student-centric academic delivery process, the time has come, my dear friends. St Aloysius College should become an independent university, because you have great ideas and you need the flexibility to innovate, and I am sure within a year this is going to happen and you all would be the beneficiaries of that. Ladies and gentlemen, you should know that for success, 3 C's are very, very important. Our president has already told me that don't speak for more than 10 minutes, but I'll try to finish within that. These 3 C's are very important. What are the 3 C's that are important for us to succeed in life? The first C is the condition in which we are. If the condition is very, very adverse, nothing can be achieved. Of course, to some extent we can change the condition. Okay? Well, for many things in life, you don't have an option. And where you had actually to be born, and as born as whose children, or in which place, which time and other things, you don't have much control. You don't apply, and you write which religion, which region, you don't apply. Okay? But then you must believe that as far as this part is concerned, you are very, very lucky. You have caring parents, and you have good institute. But much more than that, you must understand that you in 2023, you are living in the most exciting times. The whole world is looking at India. You should know, India in 2023 not only has become the most populous country of the world, but it is said, many reports said, right now we are the 5th largest economy in the whole world, and all the reports indicate that by 2030, whatever the government does, okay, at least those people in government would sleep for some time and development would take place at that point of time. You need not worry about that. Please be informed that by 2030, India is going to be the 3rd largest economy in the whole world, and you will find that Germany, Japan and all would be pushed backwards and India would come forward. Not only that, you need to understand that it is being said that 1 out of every 5 worker in the whole world by 2030 will be from India. Not only that, my dear friends, it is also being said that 1 out of every 4 graduate coming out of a university would be from a university in India. Okay, that means to say the India's time has come. Where are you? Is a very important question. So what should happen now? As far as the condition around is concerned, you have no reason to complain. But then we will come to the second important C. What is the second important C? The second important C is the capacity. Okay, now the world is waiting to receive you, and Indian talent would be accepted everywhere in the world because they are all waiting for the Indian talent. And many countries the population is coming down. We don't have youngsters to work. There are only pensioners in a long queue outside the ATM, and there are no hardworking and those who are paying taxes to the government. Alright, now in such an environment, the Indian talent will be globally accepted, and certainly you have the right environment being created. But then question is, you need to ask ourselves, we need to ask ourselves, as leaders, it is your responsibility to ensure that in such a condition, you create competence among your the students, among your colleagues. What is required? See, the capacity is the most important thing. When I say capacity, whatever program you have taken, whether you are going to be an accountant, whether you are going to be a doctor or an engineer or a computer expert, whatever it is, what is required is the capacity. Do you have the domain knowledge? Are you good at that? So if someone asks you, what are you good at? You should be positioned to say, this is the area in which I am good. So what should happen is, we can do a lot of things. We can dance, we can sing, we can also be a data scientist, whatever it is. But then ultimately what is important is, what are you good at in one area? If you are to identify yourself with, what would be that area which can, from competence in many areas is of no use. What is required is some specialization is required, and that's required is something like distinctive competence. Okay, so to reach the distinctive competence, one area you should make it from competence to core competence. If you are an actor, can you act like Amitabh Bachchan? If you are a singer, can you act like sing like your favorite singer? If you are an accountant, can you be that maverick accountant who can, if someone asks you what is 2 plus 2, you will say, tell me what you want it to be. Alright? Now, do you have that kind of a capacity and expertise and insight into the area, and can you inspire others? This would become very, very important. So remember, condition, capacity, and the third one, which most of us tend to ignore, especially when you are very, very successful. The third C is the character. Look here, there have been many such examples of great leaders, but then during the times of the testing times, okay, they could not pass the third test, that is the character. It is always said that capacity is nothing but the ability. The character is nothing but the credibility. Ability plus credibility is an asset. Ability minus credibility is a liability. So it is you who is going to prepare your own personal balance sheet tomorrow. When you prepare your own personal balance sheet, can you convert every liability into an asset over a period of time? Don't mind if you have made a mistake. So far, as leaders today, as you take the oath of your office, please, whatsoever mistakes you have done, forget it. But then, can you ensure that you will not repeat the same mistakes? You will learn from the mistakes. You will move forward. That's how best of the leadership in this world has been shaped. Ladies and gentlemen, it is essential therefore to ensure that by character, you are the one, you don't belong to, generally they say people belong to 4 categories. What are the 4 categories? One is the self-starters, the second one is the click-starters, the third one is the kick-starters, and the fourth one is non-starters. And I must certainly tell you, none of you would be part of the 4th category, I am quite sure, otherwise you could not have been elected or selected. Alright? So, what is required today is there is nobody to push you in today's competitive world. So what is required? As far as possible, be self-starter on your own. Okay? So you get ideas, you implement ideas. Whether someone is watching you or not, whether someone is patting on your back or not, is secondary for you. And the success has to come in your way if you are a self-starter. If you are not a self-starter, don't worry, you are in a college like St Aloysius, wherein many opportunities will be shown the way. Okay? And therefore, at least be a click starter. I am sure you will not be, there is no need, none of you are kick starters. Someone has to kick you and kick you and kick you. Like the old time, the scooter we had when we were very young. Okay? You have to tilt it 45 degrees and then kick. And sometimes, that used to be the best exercise we used to have. Nothing like there were never like gyms or something like that. No, that used to be the best exercise. Alright? And I'm sure you don't belong to that category. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only trying to tell you that you need be, success for you should be a matter of choice rather than a chance. And therefore, please plan, prepare and work. I'm quite confident that you have a very wise principal. I'm not referring to VICE, the principal himself I am referring to, because it is said that those who think wise are otherwise. Okay? But here you have a principal and you have a management who are willing to extend that helping hand to ensure that you succeed. And Gandhiji at some point of time, someone asked, who is a great person? Gandhiji said, the one who makes others feel great is a great person. I saw how the president was being greeted by the principal. Certainly he was feeling really elated and feeling great. And such an environment you have here, led by your principal, led by the president of today's function, and the registrar, and the whole team of the teachers. I'm sure you would work wonders. And when you look back at the path trodden by you, you will feel proud of the path trodden by you. And in this path, I join all the elders in blessing you and wishing you all the very best. Stay blessed. May God bless you, and bless you.
Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence and motivating words. Our principal, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, is the reason why Aloysius College and Aloysians have soared great heights. His support and encouragement for all activities organized by the Student Council over the years knows no bounds. May I now request our beloved principal to deliver his address. Over to you, Father.
Respected Professor Dr. M.S. Moodithaya, the Vice-chancellor of Nitte, deemed to be University, Mangaluru, and the chief guest of today's Student Council Investiture ceremony, Reverend Father Melvin Joseph Pinto, the President, Dr. Alwyn, the Registrar, Dr. AnupDenzilVeigas, the Director of Students' Council, Mr. Christian Joshua Ignatius, the Student Council President, all the office bearers of the Student Council, my dear members of the faculty and my dear student council members. At the outset, I would like to congratulate all of you, the President and the entire team, for being elected and selected to be in the Student Council. Let's all give them a huge round of applause. It takes a lot of courage to be in the Student Council. At the same time, you also must look at yourself and say you are the most privileged lot. When there are about 6,000 students in undergraduate sections and you are the ones, in a way, are chosen by the students and selected by the members of the faculty and the team, that you are going to lead the whole college for the academic year 2023-24. All of us will take the wonderful advice that he has given us, or the counsel that he has given us, in terms of 3 C's, the condition, the capacity, and the credibility that we are going to build up as a student body. That is very, very important. We are all called to be leaders. Leaders play a very important role. As I said, it should be self-starter. We can push you to an extent, but if you are a self-starter, that self-motivated, you can do wonderful and great things as great leaders. This is just the beginning for you, that you have taken up that courage. You have come forward saying that I would like to be in the student council, and you have got the 8 of them on the stage here. Mr. Christian as the president. He came as a very surprise president, and you all elected him that day after his speech. I would like to congratulate him. That the assistant secretary, general secretary to her is Mr. Rohan. Congratulations to you, Rohan Machado. And others, we have got a cultural secretary here as Ria Padav. Congratulations to you. She's a very good dancer, and we could look forward to a number of cultural activities in the college. And others are nominated. We have got Maria, is the sports secretary. She has already won many medals in the university level, and I'm sure she will take up the sports very well in the college. And the principal's nominee, we have got 2 of them. The here, Dia Mascarenas, congratulations to you. And Mohammed Taif, congratulations to you as principal's nominees. So this constitutes a wonderful team. Leaders should lead this team, and then it leads you. I'm sure this will happen for the academic year 23-24. He is already upbeat and he has taken up this wonderful leadership, and all of us will work together as a team. Only when we work together as a team, we can steward this wonderful ship called St Aloysius College Autonomous. And maybe this year is a very special year, as Professor M.S. Moodithaya already said. Maybe we would get the university, and that would be the climax. We're only hoping, and the students' prayers are listened by God. So we would request you all to specially pray and let it happen at your time as a student council members, because this year has been a very special year for us. We started with, in the month of January itself, with the NAC A++ grade, and that was a crown. We were very happy, and we received also the NRF ranking with the 80th rank, and then this would be the 3rd one in the order that we are looking forward to as the climax. And I'm sure when the students, as our close ones, who are the ones who are able to take it forward with their prayers and constant support with the administration, that will definitely happen. We're only looking forward to that and eager to receive that status at St Aloysius College. Now, as leaders, what is your role? As leaders, definitely you will build a bridge between the administration and the students. Those things are very, very important for a leader, as a credible leader, to take forward the team. And secondly, the empathy. One should have the empathy for the other. Only when you have got the compassion, the heart to move forward, things would change. And such kind of a leader only can become a great leader. Only when he can understand the troubles or the difficulties of the other, or get into their shoes and understand from their point of view and be with them. To empathize, not only just sympathize, but to empathize with the others. That is very, very important for a leader. So we are coming out with another concept of wall of kindness in the campus, where our students, whoever can put certain things, maybe the fruits or the clothes or anything that you are not using, or that you buy new thing and you would like to keep it for the less fortunate. There are many less fortunate in the college. At least about 700 to 800 students, the management supports them through various ways. And those students also find difficult, even many of them do not even have a midday meal can bring from home. So college gives about 700 such students midday meal facility. And along with that, we thought of keeping one area where you could come and keep anything there, and the students who are in need can also take anything from there. So that way you empathize with the others. And that is what the student council members have come forward with their ideas, so that we can already think and see how we can empathize as great leaders. That is the second part of it. And thirdly, the adaptivity. The Charles Darwin, famous personality, he said is not the strongest species in the world that survives, not the most intelligent, but the one which is responsive to change, or responsive to adapt to the situation that we are in. During the time of COVID, we have to adapt and we have to change many things. We have to be flexible according to the times, and we have to be alert to the signs of the times and change things accordingly. And that adapting to new reality is very, very important. We're in a time where everything changes so fast, and someone said, only thing that is constant is change. And in this time of change, as Charles Darwin said, one who is responsive to change can make a huge difference in the lives of the others. So I would invite the student council leaders to be that kind of a leaders who are adaptive to change, understand from the others and listen to them and bring their difficulties to us, to the administration. Together we can make a huge difference in this campus, so that all of us wonderfully work and peacefully coexist in this campus and become a change maker. And we are called to be the men and women for and with others, and together we will be leading this team. So I would like to once again congratulate the student council president and the entire team to come out with this wonderful thinking and also change that you would like to bring in, so that together we will lead this institution forward. Thank you. God bless you.
We shall now have the presidential address by the pillar of all Aloysius institutions, our respected Rector, Reverend Father Melvin Pinto, SJ. Over to you, Father.
Good evening to you all. Professor Dr. M.S. Moodithaya, the chief guest of the day, Father Dr. Praveen Martis, the principal, Dr. Alwyn, the Registrar, Dr. AnupDenzil, Ms. Binni Chan, the other members of the staff, most importantly today, Mr. Kristen Joshua Menezes, the President, Blanche Rodriguez, the Vice President, and so many others, Rohan and Ria and Tia, and all of you. The entire student cabinet and the members of the student council. You have taken an oath of office. And when you took an oath of office, you stretched your arm like that. And you took an oath of office saying that you are going to remain loyal to the values that you have been taught. Today you have taken an oath that you are going to be responsible. That you are going to be responsible student leaders in this college. I don't want to add to the number of beautiful qualities and values that you need to have spelled out to you by the chief guest of the day, Dr. Moodithaya. He so excellently explained to you the 3 C's about being a self-starter, right from those such lovely ideas. I hope some of you at least have noted them down. And I suppose you have also noted down whatever the principal has told you. He is a man who creates leadership. And that's what I appreciate in him. That's what I was sharing with our chief guest when he was giving the badges to the cabinet members. I think these innovative ideas that he's come up with also, I don't know where he gets his ideas. I'm growing older, but he is younger than me, and therefore I find him coming up with the wall of kindness and honesty shop and so on. These are all wonderful innovative things. This is something for you to learn. I guess these ideas have also come from you, so I'm feeling happy about it. Ralph Waldo Emerson, essayist, American essayist, would say, don't go where don't follow the path that leads you, but go where there is no path and leave a trail. I think that makes sense, no? Go where there is no path and leave a trail. You see a problem, you see something not up to the mark, you see some problem, and then you notice that as an opportunity to come up with an innovative idea and see how we can develop this idea into something that can happen. That is what a student council will be made of. You all have to, gather your ideas, come together. I am sure you will have plenty of opportunities, not just to organize functions, but have meetings where you sit down and say, how shall we, respond to this opportunity? The principal was telling you about being responsive, to change, to see how to adapt yourself and how to find new things. Now this will be your job. This is going to be your contribution. Whether it is in your class as class reps or for the entire college, you are going to come up with your innovative ideas by sitting down and planning. And when you have done that, when you have finished an activity, the most important thing would be sitting down and reflecting and saying, where have we gone? Have we done things the right way? Evaluate. This is a part of our Jesuit institutions where we insist on the evaluation and to say, take an honest feedback, maybe from your classmates, from the students, and see where have we gone? Have we done the right thing? One criteria would be whatever you have noted down during this function, and say, have we lived up to the 3 C's that the chief guest told us that day? Or have we been really self-starters? To what extent have we been that? When you look at it that way, you have a mirror which reflects your activities, and therefore this kind of evaluation I would feel is the most important thing. The third thing that I would like to tell you is about the fact that you remember that your core identity is the most important thing. Your core identity is that you are an Indian, basically, and an Aloysian. And when you say an Aloysian, you say proud Aloysian, and that to an Aloysian leader, therefore that core identity is the most important thing. Now you have been given a role as a class representative, role perhaps as the student council president, role as the vice president and the secretary and the sports secretary, whatever that is a role. That role is not to show off your authority, but rather to serve. Because if you're concerned about your core identity as an Aloysian, you will stand by the values. No matter what, even if everyone opposes you, will say, no, this is the value which we stand for. And then you have performed your responsibility as a leader. Sometimes the leader has to take a very tough stance, not to get swayed by the masses. And then you realize you are a true leader when others are with you. As Professor Moodithaya was speaking about, you have the support of others. Slowly it will develop. And that, dear friends, is going to be something that you will be remembering. I am at heart, at the core identity, as an Aloysian. I live by the values that I have been taught in this institution, and I have been given a role. Don't identify yourself too much with that role, but be conscious of the core identity. May that take us way miles ahead to find paths that have not been tread, and to leave a trail behind, so that the students who come after you will say, what a wonderful student council we had last year. Thanks Dr. Moodithaya for wishing us well to become a university someday. Yes, I guess we will be very soon. And this batch, if it sees the light of day of deemed to be university, that would be the best thing that could happen to us. Let your good wishes always be with us. We asked him, if we were to become a university soon, would you be there to hold our hands? We need it. And Professor Moodithaya said, wholeheartedly, I'm there. And that's the story. We grow together. That's leadership. That's a beautiful example of leadership. And I thank you, Dr. Moodithaya, for inspiring our students. Let this spirit go on. I once again congratulate the entire student council and especially the student cabinet. Congratulations to you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your visionary address. The directory serves as a great way to know the council members and a quick solution to contact whenever necessary. We are thrilled to announce to you the launch of the Student Council Directory for the year 2023 and 24. I now request the President of the Student Council, Mr. Christian Joshua Meneses, to propose the vote of thanks.
I would like to start with the same lines I had quoted on the day of elections, because that brings back memories. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. A very good evening to one and all gathered here. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, faculty members and dear students, on behalf of St Aloysius College, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you for making this investor ceremony of the Student Council a resounding success. Our heartfelt thanks goes to the Rector, Reverend Father Melvin Pinto SJ, for gracing us with your presence and inspiring words. To our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. M.S. Moodithaya, Vice-chancellor of Nitte, thank you for your presence and inspiring words that have left a lasting impression on all of us. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our sincere appreciation to our Honorable Principal, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis SJ, for his visionary leadership and unwavering support throughout the journey of our institution. Your guidance has been invaluable. Thank you, Father. As a token of respect to our Chief Guest, I now request our Rector, Reverend Father Melvin Pinto SJ, to hand over the memento and Father Principal to hand over the moment and the book to the Chief Guest. We are immensely grateful to our Registrar, Dr. Alwyn for his constant efforts in ensuring the smooth functioning of our college and for being a pillar of support. Thank you, sir. Special thanks goes to the Student Council Director, Dr. AnupDenzilVeigas, and the Assistant Council Director, Ms. Binni Chan, for their dedication and hard work. I would also like to thank the directors of various blocks. Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you. I would like to thank all the members of the Student Council. Thank you for your commitment and enthusiasm in serving the student body and fostering a vibrant college community. Thank you. We extend our gratitude to the choir for adding melodious notes to our ceremony, creating a memorable atmosphere. To the media team, thank you for capturing these moments and spreading the joy through your remarkable work. Thank you. We acknowledge the efforts of the maintenance staff for the behind-the-scenes work in keeping our college premises well maintained. A round of applause for the MC, whose vibrant presence added a delightful touch to the event. Thank you so much. Lastly, but certainly not the least, our heartfelt thanks to everyone who have come here, contributed to the ceremony's success. The teachers, staff, parents, and every individual whose name might have slipped our minds. Thank you. Together, we have demonstrated the spirit of unity and cooperation, and we look forward to a promising year ahead, filled with growth and achievement. Thank you one and all for being a part of this memorable occasion, and may we continue to thrive as a closely knit college community. Thank you. Long live Aloysius.
Thank you, Kristen, for your words of gratitude. A special thanks to you too. As we come to the end of this auspicious ceremony, let us all rise for the national anthem.
Shubha